decisions. Life changing, altering, but for the better.
Growing pains.
It's gotta be done. It was part of the plan. My plan, your plan. It had to just be us.
We did that because we realized it was the divine's plan. And surrendering sometimes requires letting go.
That is the truth. Sometimes, if you want to become the best, or now we are the best and successful, you've got to leave people behind. It was a commitment. So what were the changes? What had to be done?
We had to choose ourselves. We had to be selfish. And for both of us, I think there was a little bit of resistance because we wanted to make sure we were doing the right thing. We're both givers and we love to help people. But we had to realize that there's only so far you can rise with dead weight. And that was hard, but there have been no regrets.
In terms of the way you or people see you, has there been a change from your friendships, relationships?
Yeah, there's been a change in how I see them, how I handle them. It wasn't necessarily a choice of cutting people off. That's not always what needs to be done, but energetically realizing that not everyone is going to be where you're at, and they can't always come with you mentally, emotionally, and energetically. And as a dear friend once said, sometimes people just become reminders and conversations about the history you share. And so there's a good amount of that now. It was hard, I know for you, cutting off certain friendships, energetic ties. What was it for you that was challenging about the inner journey?
It was going through a metamorphosis, a transmutation, a dark night of the soul, a type of death and rebirth at the same time, growing pains. I had to let go of people, and that's the truth. However, it was needed because I had to do some inner work, detach myself, go through it, dealings with the changes, dealings with my own vulnerability. I wouldn't be able to do that if I gave my energy to everyone else. I had to give my own inner work and focus on my own energy.
Was that a hard lesson to learn?
Absolutely. You realize that you feel everyone else's cup apart from yourself, and I had to be selfish. And being selfish is self-care. Self-care is an act of self-love, and I had to do that for myself. So we spoke about the areas that we've had to make certain decisions. What are your final thoughts regarding the path that we are taking right now?
My final thoughts are, when we say we want to be the best. It's not coming from a place of material or some kind of egotistical gain. Do we want to be very abundant? Yes. Do we want to have influence? Yes. Really, it's about being the best possible versions of ourselves, fulfilling our utmost potential, because that's what we want to experience. We want to get the most out of this life. We don't want to be held down by our own personal chains. We've had to do so much healing. We've had to do so much releasing. And so if we have done that for ourselves, right? Why would we then turn around and attach someone else's chains to us when we've worked so hard to free ourselves? And this is one of the most ultimate expressions of self-love. We can be there for people while simultaneously choosing ourselves, and we do that with so much love. By loving ourselves, we become great examples for how others can love themselves. And I know this from firsthand experience because I learned it from Paul. I'm excited through all the pains, the growing pains. I'm excited. We're excited. And we can't wait to show you more. I feel like there's a certain romanticization when it comes to what we do, whether it's our relationship, whether it's your spiritual gifts. But people don't really know what it takes to really get to that highest love, that highest fulfillment, that highest career, right? What's your thoughts on that?
In order for you to go to a place that you've never been before, you all go and do things that you've never done. And that's the truth and the reality. That's how you pave your own path. And unfortunately, there's certain decisions, or shall I say fortunately, there are certain decisions that needed to be made. At the end of the day, one's path can only go higher if there's less weight. Think about that from a physical level. You can also think about that from a spiritual level. It had to be done. I had to ascend. We had to ascend. And there's no other way of doing it. I have no regrets. The path that we take, in terms of what we do, there were certain sacrifices that need to be done. And I would have done that again and again and again. Where me and Sage are at, we were part of a community, and now we left that community and created our own. We went from a small pond, and now we're swimming in the ocean. Rather than a drop in the ocean, we became the ocean within a drop. The micro to the macro. This is the big changes that we've been talking about.
Is there anything you would like to relay to the people that not had to get left behind, but you just went two different directions?
It's still love at the end of the day, but I'm just doing my own thing. Me and Sage are doing our thing. And I just wish you guys nothing but success. No bad bone. I wish nothing bad. but I'm here to create while I exist in this 3D. I'm here to showcase you what my messages are, and that's seminal, timeless. Things have to be done. This had to be done.
Being selfish is so frowned upon. How dare you think of yourself? You're a bad person. You have no emotional empathy if you're selfish. In fact, you need to humble yourself. Think less of yourself. Put everyone else before you. That's what good people do. But we all know the quote, know thyself. And to take it further, to be selfish is to align yourself with self, and self is the divine. This is how we know our own true divinity. And that is what Paul chose. Do you still consider yourself as a tarot reader?
No, I have different gifts. Mediumship has gone even more of a demand. I've also used my light language to heal. So I do chakra clearing. If you've got any sort of residual energies that you've got within yourself and needing to remove any blockages, that's what I do.
I am very proud of Paul. It's been such a delight to see him blossom even more so, because I thought he blossomed a few months ago, but it's like the blossoming doesn't stop. He's always unraveling more of him. He's always elevating and rising, and it is so right when he says that a raising ship raises all tides, because that's what happens with me. And obviously when I'm elevating, it happens with him as well, but it's just so amazing. And his gifts, the community that he's building, the people that he is consciously surrounding himself with, because I've witnessed him make those changes. I've seen him decide to walk away from certain people. And was it hard for him? Yes. But those are the kinds of choices that you have to make when you say to yourself, I'm the best tarot reader in the universe. And he's manifesting it. It is manifesting as he speaks, as I watch, as the world, as you as the viewer observe him watching. You're witnessing manifestation happen. So by the way, if you ever thought manifestation doesn't exist, you watching this should change your mind, because when I met Paul, he was amazing and he was radiant, but he was still finding himself. And as he is declaring who he is now, I just see it, and I wish I can put into words how beautiful and divine that process is. So I am very proud. I am a proud partner. I am a proud friend. I'm a proud business partner in so many levels. So I love you, Paul, and I will continue to love you always and be by your side as your number one cheerleader. The last point you mentioned was about being humble and how you said, fuck that. Why is that?
And you guys, well, you know, I know, but do people actually know what the definition of humble is? You stay low, you stay down. Fuck that. It's about raising your vibrations. We're all here being tricked, and everybody needs to realize you've got to reverse program. Understand that part of your elevation is seeking to get even higher. That's the truth and reality.
Yo, my bro, they want to see the growth. They want to understand, the challenges he's overcome. They want to understand where he's coming from. I'm very proud of you, the growth that the sorcerer has made over the last couple of years to get to where he is today. He's gone from quitting his full-time work to concentrate on making tarot great again. He's of value to so many people. He's a magnet, and I can see the growth. Even though I am online, I may not be online at the live sessions, but I can see that his growth online, his TikTok, his presence online, he is attracting people that understand his work and understand his positives. So we are proud of you, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. You're only getting to new heights. You're only just increasing your value. So well done, bro. I want to thank you so much.
There were a lot of sacrifices he had to make, and we spoke about it earlier with the friendships and relationships that changed or that you had to move away from. Were there any other sacrifices you felt?
You had to make some definitive decisions. I was in a position where I was head of security, and I decided to make a leap of faith. It was the best decision for me, and I haven't looked back. I get to do it with you every day. Literally, the dream team.